Hello, my name is Raj Chacko. I am a data center solutions consultant, and today I would like to talk to you about some of the value propositions that ACI has to offer for our customers. But before I get into the value prop discussion, I would like to kind of level set and bring everybody up to speed at a very high level on what ACI is. ACI is a powerful yet very simple network management tool that brings the concepts of software-defined networking into the enterprise. A completely new approach of programming networks was needed as a result of the changing applications over the past decades inside the data center. ACI was designed from the ground up to address the requirements of today's applications and transform the network that essentially had become a barrier to application agility. One of the biggest values of ACI that I see is in terms of the financial benefit that it brings to the customer. First of all, ACI reduces the operational cost of maintaining and managing the data center network. You no longer need a CCI level individual to configure and set up your ACI fabric. The point and click and drag and drop methodology of ACI eliminates the complexity of configuring a data center network. Instead of configuring the network devices individually, ACI allows you to configure the entire network as a single system. So if your customer has 4 switches or 400 switches, the steps required to configure that system is pretty much the same. Since ACI is a single cohesive system that manages both your physical devices as well as your virtual devices, and it also includes the firewalls and load balancer from our ecosystem partners, troubleshooting becomes a lot more easier. Instead of logging into each individual network device or firewall to troubleshoot and correlate events, ACI provides you the single point of truth to allow you to configure and troubleshoot and look at the network statistics inside your data center. ACI also drives down the capital expenditure for our customers as well. The Nexus 9000 was designed with this concept of a merchant plus strategy, which includes majority of the components being a off-the-shelf merchant ASICs, thus driving down the cost of the switch itself for our customers. Any other vendor's software-defined networking solution would require 2 tiers of networking, one for the physical layer or the hardware itself, and then they would also have to layer on a virtual tier or an overlay network on top of it. So your customers would be maintaining and managing 2 different sets of networks. That includes purchasing 2 sets of network from perhaps 2 different vendors, thus driving the cost up. The second value that ACI brings to the table is the risk mitigation. Think of micro-segmentation built inherently into the fabric without any additional network configuration. ACI is the only solution out there which has this concept of a whitelist model. ACI only permits traffic to flow when it's explicitly stated and allowed in the fabric. This fixes a classic problem with networking where we had to add firewalls to block certain undecided traffic flows. ACI still supports firewalls, but now it's integrated into the fabric and is being managed by a policy that is defined in the fabric. Additionally, ACI correlates malware detection and intrusion prevention system information and prevents an attack from happening inside the network even before the attacker has a chance to compromise the first system. The third value that ACI brings to the table is business agility. How fast can I stand up a network? How quickly can I configure a new application in my environment? Am I tied to a single vendor solution, whether it is for virtualization, my firewalling, load balancing, security, etc.? What happens when my business model changes or when I acquire a new company and I have to integrate their systems into the data center? Since ACI is policy driven, we can speed up the deployment of applications inside a data center. The application teams now don't have to wait for the InfoSec team to configure network and security. Think Amazon-like experience for your app dev teams. Upgrading and swapping out hardware inside the data center, including firewalls, load balancers, and switches, no longer become a disruptive process for the applications. Lastly, ACI increases application availability and efficiency. ACI is the only network solution out there that circumvents some of the challenges that TCP/IP brings to today's networks due to its ancient design. The idea of slowing down traffic when I notice congestion inside my network had been the Achilles heel for networking for several decades now. ACI solves this by intelligently spreading traffic to less congested links, hence improving application response and application performance. Customers have reported 40 to 50% improvement in application performance simply by deploying an ACI fabric in their environment. To summarize, I would like to highlight the fact that ACI not only drives the cost down to our customers in terms of both CapEx and OpEx, but it also increases their security posture and reduces the business risk. ACI also enhances business agility while increasing the performance and efficiency of business applications in customers' data centers. I would like to thank you for your time and solicit any feedback that you may have. Thank you.